Hello Pisces, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, friends. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here, Pisces. I do appreciate you. I am here today with a reading for the week ahead, as I always do. If you're my ride or die Pisces, you know that I'm always reading for the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, whenever you get this, today, tomorrow, or next year, it can still resonate. It is a general reading. If you are a brand new Pisces and you've never been here before and you're just rolling up on all these shenanigans here, welcome, welcome. There is a subscription button in the bottom right-hand corner if you decide to stay. It's pajama day. It's pajama day here at 10 Cups Tarot, and welcome here. If you are somebody who is in Canada, the UK, New Zealand, or Australia, it's Boxing Day for you. So Boxing Day is a time when we sort of maybe pick through the things that we no longer need, and we give them away to people who might need those things. It also is a time for family and friends and shopping, all that kind of stuff. All the best deals are on Boxing Day. All right, let's find out what's going on for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. It is always for the week ahead, whether you get it today, tomorrow, or next year. It is a general reading after all. Tell me about Pisces, my two fishes friends, my water family. Tell me about Pisces. Ooh, we start with the Wheel of Fortune. Something is about to change. There is some change that is destined here, Pisces. Kind of like that. We do have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting. And we have the Eight of Cups. Oh, I like it. Pisces, you know what? As we do this reading, as we do it real time, if you're here real time to watch it, this is for the December the 31st and going into the new year, right? It looks like somebody here is getting rid of everything that is not working for me. That's what it looks like. So we've got the Eight of Cups, which is disconnecting or moving away. That is Pisces energy. Moving away from things that don't serve me. And we've got the Eight of Cups. Whatever's not working is what I'm walking away from, because everything's about to change. The Wheel of Fortune is here. Your destiny is showing up, and I feel like it's showing up. I feel like this new moon, which is on the 30th, by the way, in the next 4 days or so, if you get this around that time, is a time of change, literally, because the door is swinging open in the new moon, and the new cycle is beginning in 2025. So it does look like somebody here is clearing out whatever doesn't work for them. Tell me what else we need to know. We've got the Chariot energy. Yeah. It's those people who are under the surface. You know, the ones that are sitting in the white surveillance vans on Instagram and Facebook, the ones that don't communicate with you in real life. They don't communicate with you online. They're just hanging out, trying to figure out what's going on with you. They're just kind of nosy, right? I feel like somebody here is, what's not working for me is people who are silent with me. You know, it's there's so many people of like hundreds and thousands of people on Facebook, and look, you don't know those people, and they don't know you, and you don't know them, right? And so it's like, I don't know why people do that thing, but I feel like what you're doing is you're narrowing it down. That's what it feels like. You're narrowing things down here, cleaning things up before you go into the new year, cleaning out the phone list, people I don't talk to, people I'd rather not talk to. And that's what it feels like here. So what's changing here is the things that have been under the surface with the Seven of Swords and the Chariot. Chariot is Cancer energy. That's why I'm saying under the surface. We can see that this particular Chariot is coming out from the bottom, from the water, right? They're coming to the surface. And so I feel like what you're doing here is the ones that you worry about, the ones who give you stress, the ones who, when you need them, they're not there for you. I feel like it could be people, it could be a job, it could be a place. Maybe you've decided you're just not shopping at that particular store anymore, but whatever it is, it's change. Something is ending so something else can begin here. You're going to have a whole lot of successful change here, Pisces. We've got the Emperor. Ooh, Woo! Somebody's taking control, right? This is Aries energy, but listen, you can be the emperor whether you are an Aries or not. This is a person who is stable and secure with themselves. They are someone who is taking control. I own the empire. Don't tell me what to do. Back your junk up. I'm making the decisions now. So I feel like what you're doing is you're not waiting to ask this one, that one, and the other one about what you should do. You're just doing it, is what you're doing. Tell me more. We've got the High Priestess, but you're doing it in a way that Pisces would do it. That is Pisces energy. The High Priestess is somebody who would do it silently, do it in stealth mode. I'm going to do it quietly, and I'm just going to disappear behind the boundary is what you're going to do. And that's how you're taking charge, because your intuition is telling you that there's something here that's not working. There are people here that are under the surface. Maybe they're not liars. Maybe they're not, cheating or stealing. Like, the Seven of Swords can be all those terrible things, but it also can be things that people are not saying, that are under the surface. And so I feel like you're just going through your lists and you're checking them twice and you're figuring out who are the ones you want to keep in your life and who are the ones that just make you work way too hard for their friendship. The ones you've been chasing. I think, whether they are romantic or platonic relationships, I feel it's the people who make you chase. They keep you in this energy. That person who texts you once a month and then you text them back and you don't hear from them for 2 weeks? Those are the ones I'm talking about. And then we have the Death card. There is definite change here. When I see the Death card and the wheel show up in the same reading, for me, this is destined change. It is things that were supposed to end a really long time ago, but it feels like they were too emotional. You were emotionally attached to the person, the situation, the job, and it feels like you are no longer dealing with people, places, and things, situations, or relationships that are emotionally detaching from you. You're no longer chasing people. Tell me why the Eight of Pentacles is in the reverse. We've got the Eight of Swords. Got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. And we've got the Fool. Yep. I feel like what you're doing is you're making some cuts before the new year shows up. Before we get too deeply into the new year, I think you're making some cuts. I feel like it's the people, situations, places, those things that I feel drain your energy. That there are people who come by just when they need something here. I feel like you always deal with them in a very kind and compassionate way, but the Queen of Cups is in the reverse. You're emotionally depleted. There are people who take too much and they don't restore anything. And I feel like maybe you're too kind to say so. I feel like a switch is flipping here, is what it feels like. It feels like that instead of saying anything to them, you would have been up in your head usually, but I feel like you're gaining this energy of the Emperor here. Tell me about this Emperor. I feel like you're about to set some people straight or just go away quietly. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. You've grown over this year in independence, and you are confident in yourself. You know what? I don't need them. If they're going to make me chase, I don't need them. If they want me, they know where to find me. I feel like you are in this energy of the Nine of Pentacles. I can do it myself. I can be by myself. I'm confident. I'm good. I'm taking care of myself on the outside, taking care of my mental health on the inside. I don't really need anybody else. And I'm not saying that you're saying that in a bad way or a horrible way. I think it's just the facts. We've got the Five of Cups. And the King of Cups. I feel like this is what it is. People who aren't speaking with you. People who don't give you their attention. People who don't say what they want to say. The King of Cups is somebody who has a lot of feelings underneath, but sometimes they're kind of stoic on the surface. It can feel kind of harsh. And it feels like you've decided, fine, you can be who you're going to be, but I'm the Emperor, and I'm now taking charge of the situations where maybe before I felt that possibly there was some regret or sadness. I feel like for some of you, there is regret and sadness, and that's because you're making decisions that are best for you now. Look, whenever we get to this place, when we get to this place in our lives where we decide that we can't allow people to treat us a certain way anymore, I feel like this is what we're dealing with you, Pisces. You started teaching people how to treat you. And what you taught them was, I'm going to continue to give and give and give to you. And when I need you, you're not going to be there. I feel like the worry is, like, I'm depleted from helping you, but the worry is I work way too hard on this relationship and it's time to end some of those relationships, or maybe it's a job. Take it as it resonates for you. Got Pentacles here as well. Tell me more. We got the Sun. We've got the Three of Swords. Yeah, you're seeing it clearly now. That's the thing. You're seeing clearly the people who are not giving to you. The people who are planning parties under the surface and not inviting you. Or you wake up and scroll through Facebook, and although they didn't have time for you, they sure had time for everybody else. It feels like that the Sun is now on the Three of Swords. Now you really are realizing that it's intentional, because I think the Queen of Cups always gives somebody the benefit of the doubt, always, right? Wanting to remain compassionate and kind and giving and sweet. And I feel like you are somebody who is now seeing the Three of Swords for what it is. So I do feel like there is a Pisces here who's been working way too hard on one-sided friendships, one-sided relationships, for an employer who's thankless. It feels like somebody here is having a breakthrough. When I see the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune, it's definitely an awakening of sorts. It's destiny, it's divine timing, and now I see everything for what it is. And that's why I've got to step into the Emperor's shoes, because the Emperor is the ruler of the empire, rules all the kingdoms, and the Emperor is the one who has the last word, the final word, the one who has to make the hard decisions, the hard cuts. And I feel like that's what's going on here. You're making the hard cuts, but you can no longer ignore it because the Sun is here. You can no longer ignore that you can see the Three of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, the people who are not sharing, the people who are shut off, shut down, not being vulnerable with you, not sharing their wealthy selves with you, like their money, their time, their energy, and you're the one giving and giving and giving. I feel like it's because maybe you're coming out of a people-pleasing era. It feels like somebody here was continually giving to other people, and I'm not going to do that anymore. Tell me more. We've got the Star. We've got the Page of Pentacles. And we've got the King of Wands. Yeah, I really do feel here that this Page of Pentacles is telling me that the 4 and the 1 is 5. That's it. I'm putting them on the outside looking in. It's like people who were breadcrumbing you and they thought, oh, I'll just give them one text a month. Or, you know what, in relationships, like romantic relationships, this can happen, right? You can text somebody and then they don't text you until they have no one else in their life, or they have nothing else to do, or they text you once and then you text them and then they don't text you back for 3 or 4 days. I feel like you're done. It feels like somebody here is just done and done. And I feel like you're doing it in a silent way, though. Like, I feel like you really haven't, you're like, maybe I don't have to tell them that they're hurting me. They should know that they're hurting me, because this is a really crappy way to treat humans. We could be talking about romantic relationships here. I feel like you're probably dealing with people who have immaturity issues, people who don't give you much face-to-face time in the 3D. And it does feel like, with the Sun and the Star here, you are the star. The sun shining on you. The reason that they want to be in your life is because things are good where you are. Because, and sometimes we find too that in a relationship, a romantic relationship, that once we leave, we stop being attracted to that person. Why? Because the sun shining on you is what made them look appealing. And so I feel like for somebody here that you are just closing the door on those things. You're now seeing things for what they really are, and you're realizing that you're the one that carries the sunshine. You're the one who's kind and compassionate. And it never was them. They were always this way. They were always with the 5 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords. They were always the person who was leaving you out, breaking your heart. They didn't really care. Tell me about the Death card, please. What are you getting rid of here before you go into the new year? There we go. 2 Two of Swords. It's the end of you not knowing what to do or not making any moves because you didn't want to piss anybody off. I feel like you are bringing your life back into balance by making some decisions to release, to let go. And a lot of people will stay in the Nine of Swords under here, will stay in the Nine of Swords because the Ten of Swords is a very hard place to be. It hurts. When we let go of people in our lives, it's not that it doesn't hurt. It's that we have more respect for ourselves with the Emperor. We've now gained far more respect with ourselves, Nine of Pentacles, than we can give to them. We're no longer sacrificing ourselves for other people because I love myself too much now. I can't do that. It's time for me to go to the Ten of Swords, feel the pain, let them go, and make these decisions. I've got to end some of these relationships because my strength depends on it. I feel like your strength does depend on it. It feels like you will feel stronger and more courageous after you get rid of the people who would rather you play it small so they can feel big. And I feel like you've been playing it small. Like it feels like you've been in this Queen of Cups in the reverse energy for a while, and it's time for you to step into the shoes of the Emperor. But you knew, Pisces, that if you stepped into the shoes of the Emperor, that would mean that now you've got to put your money where your mouth is, right? You've got to really make the decisions that are important in order to keep this Emperor status. It's the outcome, please, for Pisces. We have the Nine of Cups, we have Temperance card, and we have the Page of Wands. The thing is this, is that once you let go of the dead weight, and I feel that's what these people are, dead weight. I feel like once you let go of the dead weight, the job, the person, whatever it is, it brings you the Nine of Pentacles. You go from the brings you the Nine of Cups. You go from the Nine of Pentacles to the Nine of Cups. So not only are you very confident and independent in growing something that no one else helped you with, you now become single and happy. And I feel like it's because of Temperance energy here. You were patient with people, you waited as long as you could, and it's now a moment of alchemy. This is the time for you to do it. You're ending an old chapter to walk into a new chapter. And I know this from my own life. I know this because it's happened to me. Once you do get rid of those relationships and cut those people off that were not treating you kind or not giving you the energy that you felt that you deserve, other ones show up, new ones, new sparks of energy, new people show up in your life. When you decide to finally make that last cut from the past, something new shows up here. For some of you, it's a new relationship. Some of you, it's a new job or a new friend. We do have the Six of Cups. It's time for you to let go of the nostalgia. Absolutely. Five of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. It's time for you to disconnect and put these people on the outside looking in because they've been reserving you for a really long time. It's time for you to swing the sword, my friend. That's what it is. Woo, Pisces, get her done. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. Happy New Year to you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys so much, and I'm out for now. Bye-bye.